Hello,
I'm Claudia from Bulgaria, and this is...
Bianca from Romania.
We've both been here for 5 years in Korea already, and I'm currently working as entertainer. And I decided today to make a reaction video together with my best friend, who happens to be also a Monbebe. And we wanted to together to react to IM's new, not only new, but entirely first solo album, and most specifically his title, I think it's the title song, right?
Yes.
His title song, Goddamn. And we thought that it would be interesting, like, for both of us to react. From my perspective as a person who was part of that whole project, and of course my friend is a fan.
It's a Monbebe.
Yes. So yeah, we're really curious to see how it turned out, and we really hope this video, as well as like his album, has a lot of success and support from everyone around the world. So yeah, we'll first react to it, and later we will share our opinions about it, and later I will kind of like share a bit with you my personal experiences or feelings towards that whole process and music video. So yes, let's do it. Let's not wait any longer, because I'm so excited. I have been literally, both of us, like, the song came out yesterday, and both of us were like, okay, Bianca, please don't go on SNS, because we might get spoiled. We should not see it. And then I also had friends who like tagged me, like they posted a bit of the video and they tagged me, and I was like, I want to thank them and see it and comment, but I cannot, because otherwise I'll spoil myself. So I think we did well.
Yes.
Although, to be completely honest, I think because the video was released a bit earlier than I expected, like they said, for example, 4 p.m., but it was a bit earlier than that. So I happened to see in my feed a bit of the video, but I thought it was just a trailer, so I was like, oh, I've seen that already. But then suddenly when it started, it was, I think, with maybe the beginning scene, and I was like, oh, no, because I knew what might come next. And also a funny story is, yesterday, me and Bianca were like just watching MONSTAX videos, and you know how they just play in automatically one after another. So at one part, as we're chilling and just laying down, suddenly I hear like a inhaler kind of like sound, like this type of breathing. So because I remembered that in the video he did something with inhaler, and because it was without music and just the inhaling part, I was like, what if that's the beginning of the video? And then I was like, Bianca can say, but I jumped. I was like, no, stop. It turned out it was another video, not this one, but
kind of.
just to be safe. Yeah, that was really funny. But now, yeah, we managed to, hold it and finally see it together and react.
I'm excited.
Let's do it. Woo!
I want to see it. Yeah.
Okay, and now it's time to react.
Let's see.
Oh my gosh, I know this scene.
I want to see you also. Oh!
Claudia dancing
drinking
drunk.
beer. What scene is that? Oh gosh.
I don't remember the scene.
I've seen a snake. Snake tattoo.
Oh my gosh, this style suits him so well. This was... oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
The mirror. I took selfies in that mirror a lot before the filming. Ooh. Oh my gosh.
He's suffering a lot in this video.
True. That girl who did that to him. Oh. Okay. I remember that part too. Walking in the hallway.
I like it.
Oh, oh. Oh my gosh, wow, those eyes. Oh, I'm here with Erin. My friend.
I'm looking just at him now, so
Don't worry. Okay, that was very interesting scene.
oh, I think this is
What? Okay, never expected that.
whoever did this, it's nice graphic design. Is he keeping himself in his
Yeah.
own hand?
That was all. No, I want more. No.
Yes, I need to watch it again.
We should. We
Yes.
should. One time is not enough. Never enough.
True.
But yeah, I'm actually more curious how, like, what is your opinion, because after all, I must admit I am their fan, like MONSTAX, and I am, but I'm not 100% well aware of like their group and like, you know, everything regarding them. And you as a fan who has been like following them for such a long time and like, you know, supporting them and stuff, so I'm really curious to know, like, what do you think about it? Like, as you said as well, it's his first solo. So,
Well, first of all, I really like the beat. I think it will be a catchy song, at
mhm.
least for me.
I think
I
so
wanted to
too.
move along with the beat. And I think this style actually suits him.
Yeah,
It's quite IM style. Like this gloomy
gloomy atmosphere.
atmosphere, yes.
True. He had like shorter hair before, but I think this hairstyle is like,
This
yeah.
hairstyle goes well with
he-
his tattoos in these
True.
videos and image of
my
that boy in the club.
true. My actually impression, the correct impression I have is he looks more mature. Maybe it's because of the style of the song, maybe it's because of what he sings about or raps about, but I think also just like in general, it gives him like a very mature, because I know he's the magne, like the youngest one. So now I think he's like stepping his game up.
True.
True.
I'm actually really waiting to listen all the albums.
Yes.
Like the songs.
Yeah.
His album. I'm curious if most of
They
the songs
match.
are
Mm.
this style or not. Because I waited for this reaction with you, so I didn't check anything.
Anything, no.
Except the pictures
Yeah.
for the teasers.
True.
They were before, right?
Yeah. And I think if I'm not mistaken, he produced all of his songs or co-written them with another person, but also lyrics, everything, like he has really.
Lyrics, yes. For MONSTAX.
So for me, this is impressive because, you know, most companies, like in most companies, artists don't have such freedom. Like you just have to take what you're given. But the fact that they give him to actually make his art by himself is really, for me, wow. Like not only seeing the video makes me really excited, but you know, all of the effort that is put behind it, it makes me really like admire him, and of course all of the staff who was behind that production as well. But yeah, that for me was also something that made an impression to me prior to seeing the video. So really props up. I'm Yeah,
they did a good job with the video,
really,
actually.
like the editors. And because you know, when you do the video, like when you're on the scenes, you just see the raw materials, row by row. I mean, we just film it, but you never know and expect how it will come out. So now that I see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, because to us it seems like, okay, that's normal, like just normal, let's say filming table, filming this. But now when you see it in the video, it looks like, oh my gosh. So I just hope he gets a lot of support. I believe he will. And because also the fandom of Monster X is, to my experience, such sweet fandom and so nice. So I'm sure like they'll help him. Yes. Yeah, in every way they can. So yeah. And now I also well, Bianca already knows because of course she's the first person I shared with what were my feelings after the whole thing that I still can't believe that happened. But I would try to because of course, for how to say, I cannot unfortunately like explain like more specifically about the, how to say, the whole video things, because of course I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to put the company in trouble too. Like this is very like private information that we are usually, as staff, we are not allowed to share with anyone. But more than that, I just prefer to share like my honest, just like impression, and like, you know, just like in general my experience as a person, being like, you know, not just watching but also actually was in that. So I think, yeah, I think it will be interesting for everyone to also know. And yeah, I do have interesting things to share, so let's begin. So I will tell a bit the pre-story of that experience. As I said before, like usually we know that you will not be able to interact with the artist like, you know, during the scenes much, or like even while waiting. So as I said, I had zero expectations. Like I never thought that something more would happen. But the thing is, for me it's okay because I'm just, you know, going to work. Of course I'm excited, but because of course my best friend is biggest fan of Monster X, so I was, the whole day I was just thinking, I must do something, you know. It's a rare chance to be like close to someone who, you know, my friend admires so much. Like for example, because I'm a NCT fan, so let's say Bianca was in my place filming with video with NCT. Of course you would be thinking, you know, like, oh my gosh, like I'm with her, you know, her idols and stuff. So the whole day I was like, what can I do? What can I do? Like I was like, that was my main focus and priority. And in the end, when like when the video filming was over, we had to, you know, kind of just leave. So but me and two other friends, we kind of stayed a little bit because we were hoping that maybe we can just ask him, oh, like, you know, can we like take a photo or something together, just like, you know, because it's good to like have a memory from that experience. And but the thing is, my friends were like more for the photos, like, but I was like, I must get something for Bianca. And I was thinking, okay, I'll take photo with him, but how does that, you know, help my friend? So I was like, maybe I can ask for autograph. And I was looking, of course I was not prepared. I didn't have any paper, anything. I even was like, when we went to eat in one of the breaks, I even asked in the restaurant if I can have like a, from the receipts, or like, it was so like, but I was like, oh my gosh, what to do? But then during the shooting, I found that they have like cup holders with I Am's face and also another member of the group. So I was like, maybe that's a better idea. At least it has his face, and you know, it looks more presentable when you put it in the room. So I grabbed one of those and I found somewhere a pen. So I was like waiting. But we waited, of course, such a long time because after we finished our shooting, the staff and like everyone else still continued to shoot. So we were just like patiently waiting. But of course, like we saw that it's not good to stay and like kind of, you know, we might be in the way of the staff to do things, like disrupt the working process. So we kind of thought ourselves, okay, we wait 10 more minutes And if we cannot do it, we just leave. Like, but it was like such a feeling, like, you know, you stayed already such a long time. It would be a shame if you just suddenly leave. But at the same time, of course, we don't want, as I said, to interrupt the process, so we would just leave. And in those 10 minutes, suddenly, we were waiting in the hallway, like near the staircase. Suddenly, I went into the dressing room, and we're like, oh my gosh, but we cannot just go, like, you know, and knock, because it's invading, that's personal space. So as soon as he went back out, he was actually going to the, how to say, shooting place, because the director was calling him on the mic, like, oh, you should come, like, you know, to the place so we can start shooting. So as soon as he went out of the dressing room, my friend, because she's more, how to say, extroverted, I would never be able to do that, she's like, I am. And he, like, immediately turned, and he's like, we're really sorry, but can we take, like, photos with you? And he was like, oh my gosh, like, were you waiting that whole time for this? Yes, of course, no problem. But the funny thing was, at that same time, like, the director was nonstop on the mic, and he was like, come here immediately, kind of, you know, because of course they follow a schedule, they need to hurry up. And then he was like starting to take pictures with us, but then the staff around, they were also like, oh, come on, you have to kind of like really go. And to my surprise, he said like this, oh, no, it's okay, don't worry, like, we'll just quickly take photos, kind of like. And I was like, oh my gosh, because, you know, it kind of like seemed like, I mean, of course it's not literally like that, but he kind of made the director and the staff wait so he can give, like, you know, what his fans want, and like memory, like, to, you know, it was so nice of him. Of course I felt super uncomfortable because, you know, I didn't want to get bad eyes from all of the stuff, like, those foreigners. But from him, I was so surprised, because I don't think usually many artists would do that, because of course they need to follow, you know, the words of their directors or like the company. So I would assume that, of course, like, even if they really genuinely want to take pictures with you, they'll be like, oh, I'm really sorry, yeah, but we have to, you know, continue, I'm really sorry, kind of like this. But he was actually like more of this, oh, no, they can kind of like wait, let me just take picture with the girls, they were waiting here. So I was like, so yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But yeah, so first one of the girls took pictures, and then I was like preparing, because I was like, we have to take those pictures in the shortest time possible to not keep them waiting. So, and I was like taking pictures. I was taking pictures, and he was like, you know, really nice about it. And then after it finished, because one of the girls was like, oh, but I think from the lightning is bad. I was like, no, don't worry. I just have another priority right now. Because in my mind, I was like, Bianca's autograph. So
thank you.
So after, like, we took pictures, he was like about to, you know, kind of leave. And I was like, I'm really sorry, but my best friend is like a Monbebe. She's your biggest fan. Can I get like autograph for her? He's like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, sure. So I was like, because, you know, the staff is still waiting, and I'm just giving more, like, you know, trouble, because he needs to make them wait more. So to show you, this is,
Yay!
I don't know how much you can see. Yes, maybe you can see well or not. But this is the cup holder that I found, and he was like writing, and yeah, he then was like, thank you so much, like, also to us. And we were like, no, thank you. And we were like, sorry that we disturbed you. He's like, no, it's okay, don't worry. So he got back to work, and I was literally speechless, because, as I said, prior to filming that, I just thought, okay, we go, you know, it's an artist, we go and just film, like, just work, more like work etiquette, more work atmosphere. And I never thought all of that will happen, like. So
he even wrote my name.
Yes,
he had time to
Bianca with a heart. So
yes.
cute. So after that, when we left, I was kind of like, you know, still I didn't know in which world I am, because it was just full of so many emotions. But at that point, I was like, you know, because of course Bianca was asking me, how was it, blah, blah, and I was like, I didn't want to spoil. I wanted to surprise her and see her reaction. So I was like, yeah, it was fine. I explained everything else but that part. Tried to avoid it. And then because of course I told her I was able to take pictures with him, but on the pictures I'm holding like the how to say, because I was prepared immediately to ask, so I was holding that with the back and also a pen. So I was like, oh shit, because of course I assume, because if you're a big fan, like when you see the picture you'll be like, oh, why are you holding in your hand or something. So I was like, how should I send that photo, like panic mode. So I cut that part of me, and the photo looks like very weird without it, but didn't notice.
Had no idea. I was just looking at him and her.
So I was like, success. So yeah, it took a few days and I finally gave it to Bianca.
Now it's on my desk all the day.
Yes, and really, as I said, like, you know, you love certain artists, but when you experience something, such a sweet gesture from them, that they're not entitled to do it, they don't owe you to do it, and you know that usually it's not what happens, you cannot usually do it, but when they do that extra step for the people, like, you know, who came there for you, and like, you know, just who waited, or like they just really like are fans or stuff, if you do that extra step for people, of course, like, it's very touching, and like I cannot help but like really admire him even more, because, you know, many idols, of course, like you see them in music like videos or like different TV shows, and you know, they do usually that fan service, like, you know, they try to actually entertain the people who like them, but because this is more like a very more personal, you know, atmosphere, like behind the scenes, where, you know, most people might not be the same persona while what they present on TV, so you expect in a certain extent that maybe that's just like, you know, persona created for them, and you know, for the group and for the industry. But those type of things really impress me, because for me it's really important how you treat people behind all of that, like, you know, behind the scenes. Like that really kind of to me shows like your manners, like your respect to people, like kindness. And that's why I really didn't expect, and I was so touched by it. And as I said, that little thing could transform me, and did transform me into a huge fan. So yeah, I'm really really thankful for that opportunity, and I still can't believe, because, you know, of course, like even for me, when I see my favorite groups, I love seeing them in concerts. It's such a good energy, like so nice. Or like, you know, if it's, let's say, even fan sign event, but this was really more, how to say, personal. So I thought that back then, you know, in 2011, when I started listening to K-pop, and I was just watching those videos on, you know, YouTube like everyone else, I never ever imagined that once in my life, not only I'll be able to live in Korea for such a long time, but actually that I'll see those people in person, like the people I admired so much. I see them like before my eyes. I'm like, it's just such a, how to say, unrealistic feeling. And as I said, because it's like you're literally like 1 meter away from each other, and they talk to you like, of course they're normal people, it's nothing, you know, so extraordinary about that, but it's just like that feeling of you cannot believe that that would happen to you. So I do take that experience as a big blessing, and like, you know, such a nice opportunity. So I'm very grateful, like grateful for the staff for selecting me to be part of it, grateful for being able to work beside such artists like I am. And as I said, I really wish that he gets all of the support, because really not only his work is so good, but also like as a person too, like he's an amazing person. So I think such people deserve like a lot of support from everyone. So yeah, this is I wanted to also mention, maybe many people saw on my Instagram the photo I posted with him, and I'm really 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 thankful for everyone for so like for such nice words that they wrote, and like all of the support, and like I actually expected more, I don't know, not like hate necessarily, but you know, kind of, I never expected for people to be so nice.
Don't hate.
Exactly. I never expected people to be so nice to me, and they're like, no, you're so beautiful, no, that was so nice, thank you for working with our IM. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to cry. I'm really thankful, and I saw that many people also shared that photo and like with like thanking me for sharing that with everyone. But unfortunately, like we were not very well informed of what we could share or not. So I was contacted and I had to remove the post. And of course I understand, like it's a company's decision, although IM himself, like he said, oh yeah, it's okay, like to, how to say, you can post it, but of course, like usually you cannot post things before the video comes out. But of course, like I would respect their decision, and I took it down. And I hope I didn't create trouble, and I don't want, you know, anyone else to get in trouble. And of course, I don't want to in any way sabotage his, you know, first solo project and like his video and everything. So yeah, I'm really sorry about that. And maybe it will not be a bad idea if people would also stop like, you know, sharing it just to be safe. But I'm really thankful for that, and because really you guys gave a lot of love, and yeah, it's definitely made my also mood better and made me happier. So yeah, thank you for listening to my story, and also for watching our reaction video together. And hopefully next time I could share more like experiences if I have. And yeah, please keep the support. Keep the support, stay safe,
and support IM's first solo album.
Yes, that's the most important part. Woo!
Go and watch the video.
Yes, and listen to every song, play it on repeat, stream it non-stop.
Please.
Do everything you can. Yeah. Thank you. And hopefully we see each other soon again.
Thank you.